Hey guys, how's it going? Ghostly Rich here today, and today we're going to be checking out this BMW X5. It's 2005, and we want to be swapping out this harness, or well, putting in a deck in here. Right now, as you can see, it's not in good shape. I need to do some wire repair in here. I'm going to either tape or heat shrink this up, check these out, make sure these are still good, and just make sure nothing's too cut up or anything. Do some wire testing. Now, one thing I do know is there is no switched accessory up here, so I'm gonna have to grab a switched accessory. Probably just gonna pull it from right here at the ignition, that wires that are coming down the console. That'd be the easiest way, because we have a constant wire and we have a ground. So this is our constant. Our ground is gonna be this brown one right here. The rest is gonna be our speaker wires and whatnot. So next thing to do really is to trim this, because we're going to put in a doubled in. There's going to be a casing that comes over here later. The casing isn't here right now because didn't know we needed it right now, but we're going to do it. So the first thing you want is, see right here, we're going to remove this door. If you're doing a doubled in or whatever you choose to do, I would highly suggest you get a new faceplate, just because this is made for old stuff. So as you can see, you just have to bend this in like that, and then that hook comes forward. Do the same on this side. Take that all the way out of the way so this is nice and cleaned up for you for a better workspace. So again, all you do is on both sides or on one side at a time, bend this and get this clip up, and let's get this door out of the way. So I tucked everything in. This was right here, if you remember. I literally just cut it off, clean it up at the sides. Got to clean that side up just a little bit more. And literally you're just going to take some flush cuts and do that. Just clean it up nice. After you do that, test fit your stereo. Just take it, slide it in. Look at that, sits nice and flush. And then if you had that cover, which is going to come in for him, it's going to go over this entire thing. Now, one thing I've noticed right away is I wish this had a cage. If this radio had a cage, you could lock it in over here, back here, with all those little barbs. Unfortunately, this stereo he's picked up does not have that. If you did, literally buy one with a cage, so that way you can slide it in and lock them in. And then for this face plate, you can either try and make something if you want. Amazon does have them, and all they do is it'll clip all in here afterwards. But unfortunately, we don't have that here right now because of everything that's going on in the world right now. It's going to take a few months before it gets here, and we want to get some tunes in this car. So this stereo came with these little pieces here, as you can see, and they just bolt onto the side like that. You slide it in, it locks in like this, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put some screws in here. You get some screws in here, what's going to end up happening is I'll be able to slip that kit on all the way around when it arrives. Now, if you just get that kit that is on Amazon or from the other car places, what you'll be able to do is they usually come with little flaps that you can bolt onto the side and clip in, but then it's all part of that kit. I wanted something I can mount more structurally. If you look where this is going to sit, it's perfect. So again, I'm going to want to use something where it's a bent in screw, so I can try and make that as flush as I can. I'm going to mount these right here, and there is a couple other things I could do if I really wanted to. Like if I cut the bracket right here, I could fold this around and put a very shallow mounted screw in on an angle, and so that way it just stays flush with this and you won't see that. Again, this is going to be up to you and what you decide to do with your kit.
So as you can see, we have our vehicle harness here. Very easy. Solid purple to solid purple. You know, green black to green black, yellow to yellow, green, white, white, black to white, black, black to black. These are your grounds. Other thing I grounded was the parking brake wire. Just put it right to the ground. Should work for this one. If you have a Pioneer stereo or you have a Alpine, you will need to, of course, get a TR7 or equivalent, so that way it can do a relay. Otherwise, because it cycles the parking brake a few times to work. We have a power antenna. I just connected it anyway. Rear right, which is your purple black. Like I said, it's all color coordinated. It's the same colors. Now, let's explain the ones that are off color. If you have a brown style one, it's usually a mute. I usually get rid of that. Right here, you're going to see that I have these two right here. These are for steering wheel controls. I'm using a steering wheel control, but I'm doing one that's direct connect through the aux. This is a lot easier than using those, so that's why those are put off to the side. This is for if you have an amplifier in your car. So maybe you've got a subwoofer added in. You'd be using that one. You'd hook this one up to your remote wire going to your amplifier. This orange one is for illumination. This stereo, of course, or car doesn't support it, so that's fine. We just put that one away. This one is your backup camera wire. So if you're wiring a backup camera, it'll either say rear camera or it'll say backup camera. If it has, like this has plus, it means you have to hook it to the positive on the light bulb, not the negative. So make sure you do it with a voltmeter and check. And then of course your red one. For this, we're gonna have to get a switched accessory. Some people might be thinking, oh, I'm just gonna grab it off my cigarette lighter. There's a problem. Your cigarette lighter is not a switched accessory in this vehicle. So I'm gonna dig around. Once I find a wire, I will tell you which wire to connect this to. One last thing for you would be, no, that's basically it. We're just gonna leave that. This is for my steering wheel control. For the axis one that I have to do, it is pin number 9 on the harness. Well, how would you tell? Well, for one, this one is gray and white, or white and gray, however you'd like to say it. And if you're looking at here, it's pin number 9, and it's actually labeled on here as pin number 9. So make sure you just go to number 9 right here and tag that number 9 wire. Again, make sure for your steering wheel controls, it'll tell you which wire you need to hit. That's it. All right, so right here, as you can see, I extended my power wire and it comes over to here, and the wire is the violet white wire. If you use that, that will be your switched accessory. You'll notice that if you look here, it would be here on the harness, but they don't have it here. So since it is there, all you do is you solder your own jumper wire from there to there, and all of a sudden your stereo's working. We can hear audio through our speakers. So this is a great start to everything. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to bolt that stereo back in here and go from there. If you want to see my video on how to do a backup camera in this car, go right ahead and take a look at that. I'm going to post that too at the same time. It's just going to be on a separate video. All right. Thanks again for watching. Press like if it helped you out and subscribe for more.